Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. Oh my gosh, it is night time. I tried to record a video, or rather videos, this morning to try and create content. And my day took a different direction. But I told myself today's not going to end without me recording this particular episode. So I woke up in the morning quite irritated by a few things that I had seen or observed on social media and just in general for quite some time, and I thought I'd address them, but I honestly feel like now is not the right time for that kind of video. Me ranting on the second video isn't really that cute. But before I can actually get into what today's episode is all about, I think you guys can actually see Ubana. The episode is thinking, or today's video is titled Qhubeka, uQhubeke, as in keep going, and just Qhubeka, uQhubeke. I'll explain it as we go, but let's just get into the intro, get you guys into the whole field of things, and then we can continue from there. Now that that is done, let me just put this aside. Guys, you know the most important thing. So I was on Facebook just a few minutes ago, and then I went through all my other social media accounts, and what I realized is, you know how sometimes we promise to be consistent. Guys, forgive me, it is literally 10 to 10. It's 10 minutes away from 10 o'clock at night. I'm supposed to be asleep because I'm waiting for work tomorrow. But anyways, you know how we're always consistent for other people? It's not wrong. But who gets sacrificed at the end of the day? Whose time gets consumed at the end of the day? Whose energy gets used up for you to be supporting other people? I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. Oh no, definitely hear me well, and hear me now. Definitely go on, push your friends, promote their businesses, promote their channels, promote the type of things that they actually do and get out there. But honestly, now Qhubeka love, yeah, Qhubeka life. Qhubeka, like progress now whilst you are actually pushing other people. The heck, I took a gamble when I started this YouTube channel. When I started it, I came from a whole background of just no's and no's and no's and no's and no's. And that's because I've been asking for people's opinions about something that I needed to progress with, a personal experience that I needed to progress with, why people had selfish agendas. Energy kaban. Really? Energy kaban. Guys, let's talk about that. Energy kabani. So I had to teach myself, mana, ejo, Qhubeka, progress. Progress, go forward. Into yakho. You can support your friends and be there for them. Qhubeke nawe. Like, find something that really gets you going. I'm just gonna quickly share this. In the past 6-7 years now, let's see, 2014, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. For the past 7 years, yes, I have been pushing businesses, I have been pushing NPOs, I have been rebranding, I have been redesigning, but it was all based around one thing, a passion of mine. And even when I saw my friends, excelling in these particular industries, after we sat down, I'm not calling people out, I'm just saying. And if you're going to get touched by this, honestly, then there must be something that you did wrong. But anyways, so once I started seeing my friends, excel in these industries, I was like, okay, well, let's not really want to outshine them. Push, support. I mean, it looks great, and let's hope they can push the content that they need to push. But it also reminded me to continue because other people actually took a step towards something that I had personally wanted to achieve, and because I was so busy talking about it, I actually didn't have time to start doing it, So I guess that's the first part of Qhubeka. Like, continue pushing people, continue motivating people, continue getting people into the whole vibe of things, because you don't know, you might be sparking some motivation in them for something that they weren't aware of ukuthi they can actually do it. But also now it doesn't mean step back just because someone else is occupying the space. Get into the space and do something different, love. Progress. Damn. Qhubeka. uQhubeke now. Like continue. Continue supporting your friends, but also continue to progress. Iya phambili. Hi guys, I need some water for this money. So as I was saying, got my bottle of water, got my comfy pillow, and I got tucked into my blankets because at any point in time I can actually start dozing off. But as I was saying, Qhubeka. So I was still talking about how I started this whole YouTube channel thing. So I started this YouTube channel when was it, last year? I had been sitting on the idea, I went for presenter searches, trying to look for an outlet to actually get my voice onto, and I'd been getting compliments, from people who were saying, you've got such a great voice, you've got a very good way of speaking, and it's comments that I've actually received even after posting this first video and the videos that I posted, or rather the video that I posted like a few months back when I initially opened the channel. And having other people, push you and say, go on, you're actually doing good, is a great thing. But what I lacked was the uQhubeke part of it, where even when I attempted to record the second video, the second video was going to be a great video for the content that I'd put up for initially the first draft of this YouTube channel, which was called The Untitled Show. I did that with a close acquaintance of mine, Shemi Moss. In the first video, if you guys even remember that old video, because I deleted it off of this channel when I started the whole rebranding thing, I had mentioned with Shemi, I kind of need you here because I thought bekufuna ndiqhutshwe ngabanye abantu, whereas I forgot the main purpose of me doing this is because it's something that was working for me, something that was initially for me. So the uQhubeke part was not there. But uQhubeka to support other people. So I continue to support other people, upload people's notifications, give someone something to be happy about. That's how other people thrive. But in all honesty, when you don't feel the need to continue doing something, it has a negative effect on whatever you're trying to do, regardless of whether it's a dream, regardless of whether it's a talent, regardless of whether it's a skill, regardless of whether it's something that even a lot of people can actually recognize in you. If you do not have the Qhubeka part of it, if you don't want to actually progress with it, you ain't gonna go nowhere. So zibambili. There's this whole mindset or mentality that we've started developing as the generation of now, that you need other people's validation for you to get somewhere. Yeah, you're gonna have people who are gonna support you, but in all honesty, consistency from your end is what actually matters. So Qhubeka, continue, go on, progress, prosper. Find it in you, guys, to actually go forward. It's late at night. Most people are asleep. The one advice that I actually followed from my mom and from a lot of people whose videos I watch on YouTube, whose books I read, they always say, make hay while the sun is shining. But at this point in time, the sun is not shining. But don't look at it like on a literal manner. Like when there's time, yenza. Don't want to waste your energy usenzela abanye abantu. You're doing it for other people. Hey, guys, I'm interpreting from Xhosa to English, and I might at some point bring isiZulu, and then because I kind of feel at some point in time this is going to reach an audience that needs to understand exactly what I'm hearing at this point, because it's not just going to be you who's viewing it now who's going to want to listen in and understand exactly what I'm saying, but other people are also going to want to look at this and actually go, but this is actually getting me somewhere. So Qhubeka, I look at the very great Steve Harvey. He continued, you understand, even when other people kept on saying to him, yeah, you're funny and whatnot, but he had a personal burning desire. you look at a few of the people that I've mentioned in the Get to Know Me video, or Mehlali. Mehlali didn't do it just because people said, oh girl, you can do it, you can definitely get onto YouTube and you can do what you like. No, she stood up and she decided, I'm going to be an independent girl, I'm going to do what I want. I think if you go into Mehlali's like original first few videos of YouTube, her very first video, I think it's her first or her third video, she mentions how she never wanted other people to actually be in a space where they had to now support her dream. She always wanted to make sure that she thrived on her own, out of her own sweat, blood, and tears. You understand? She states that she started selling things in school. She progressed. You know, so what I'm initially trying to say is, go on, support other people, but definitely go on, do what works for you, support yourself. That's where it starts. You know, there's a saying, charity begins at home. Which home? That home is you, love. Because you provide other people with the qualities of home. You give them the support, you give them the motivation, you constantly show them that they're leveling up. That's the love and comfort that you receive from a home. So how's about you actually start inward? How's about you actually sacrifice for yourself? How's about you use up that extra time, that extra data, that extra breath, that extra burst of energy that you have for you? Like right now, I'm not doing this because I just want to put out content. I'm doing this because I decided, oh well, shut. I haven't fulfilled the promise I made to myself when I recorded my first episode that on Monday the 22nd of March, which is Human Rights Day in South Africa, I will be recording my second episode, regardless of the time. Qhubeka. I stayed the entire day watching other people's YouTube content. I stayed the entire day reacting on people's Facebook posts, on people's tweets, and retweeting and subtweeting on people's Instagram, blowing up notifications and doing all of that and following other people. Damn, heck. I decided, like within the whole thing, I decided I'm actually going to turn this whole thing around. I'm going to go and like my own video because guess what? I watch my own content and I love my own content, and guess what? I'm my biggest critique as well. So, in order for you to progress, this is just a tip. Become your biggest critique. I need you to look at your friends and after supporting them, cancel this, add that you're suggesting to them so that they can actually sit down and see what works for them to be able to progress, right? But not a lot of people can actually do that for you. Not a lot of people can give the same energy that you give out. So definitely sit down, take a journal, take your tablet or take your laptop, get a bottle of water, or get a glass of wine, or get a nice shot of whatever, you know, that warms you up and motivates you, and sit down and plan. And look at yourself and go, this is what I'm putting out there. How can I always make it better? Qhubeka, uQhubeke. It sounds repetitive. English. It sounds repetitive when I say Qhubeka, uQhubeke, rather continue and then progress. But when I explain it, you kind of understand the whole message behind it. Continue to support people. However, always come back to supporting yourself. Always come back to pushing yourself. Always come back to, you know, wishing good for yourself. Sacrificing that extra time for things that work for you. You know, a few years ago, I wouldn't be... Let me not even say a few years ago. Just over a year ago, I would not be sitting here making this video if I did not believe that one day I would be brave enough to pave my own path, because I didn't see people opening doors for me. I decided I'm going to open a door for myself. So that's cool. You know, going to auditions. There was a time I was still working in a call center, and most of the time customers would call in and they say, you've got such a great voice, why are you not on TV, on radio, or somewhere? And I was like, okay, well, you're pointing me in all these big spaces, but where's the smallest space I could start? Well, I could start by making people familiar with my voice, you know, people wanting to get excited to actually say, I want to speak to the guy I last spoke to. And I'd normally get requests like that. let's move on from that. But initially what I'm trying to say is create your own space. Qhubeka. Progress in that particular space that you build for yourself. Motivate, you understand? Continue to support other people, but don't forget about yourself. Never forget about yourself. Never sacrifice too much for other people. What will be left for you to progress? Nothing. So Qhubeka, I just hope this message actually goes somewhere for some people, you know. Not everything that we literally utter with our mouths is going to be relatable to everyone around you. But what I'm actually saying in essence is just go on. Go on, my love. It only benefits you in the end. And only you will wake up with the satisfaction of knowing that no matter the hardships, no matter the struggle, no matter the time it takes, I sometimes don't sleep. Me at 1 o'clock, I'm up in the morning. I think if you listen to my new intro music, it's not the same as what I was playing for that previous channel, because I actually sat down and went, I don't want to be caught up with copyrights on YouTube. Damn, that's messy. So I went and I downloaded beatmaker apps and I created my own beats. I went ahead and I was like, I'm not going to use templates from editing studio apps and borrow those and then use those for my videos. No. And I even told myself with the device that I'm recording with, I'm like, okay, first of all, I don't want my content to be the same. You know, I went out, I did my research, I looked at what other people were doing. I came back and I sat down and it's like, okay, for me to get good quality videos, not necessarily the lighting and such, but good quality videos for the content that I want to put out, what do I actually need to do? How do I do it? And I sat down and I gave myself I sacrificed for myself to get where I am. So definitely, that's like how Qhubeka. Go on, push, motivate yourself, be your biggest critique, sacrifice for yourself, give yourself that time, give yourself that attention, give yourself that dedication. No one else is going to do it for you. No one. At some point in your life, you need to take responsibility for yourself. You need to want something for you, not always want things for other people. Don't be selfish. Yes, there are times where you can be selfish, you understand, where you are like, this is for me. Have that time, because that time is going to allow for you to understand and see how you can actually grow and go forward. Guys, I love you. I'm not going to take a whole lot of time actually trying to repeat one and the same message. I know motivational speakers. We've got motivational speakers all across. All I'm trying to say is, go on. Fight. Qhubeka. Like, just try. It's hard. Motivating yourself is the hardest thing. It is so easy for you to talk down on yourself and tell yourself that it is not possible, you will not make it. But if you fight, if you try, if you persevere and make sure that at the end of the day, the end goal is to make sure that you go to sleep happy with yourself, satisfied with yourself. Like me, I probably will not sleep up until I've edited this video and actually made sure we'll see either tomorrow morning or today before 12. I'm going to post this video and make sure that you wake up in the morning with something new on the channel. Why? I want to progress. I don't want to make the same mistake I made with the previous draft of this particular channel, where I post one video and then I keep on like posting bloopers and all these shots and whatnot. Then later on I go and I take them down. No. I want to progress. I want to get somewhere. Guys, I love you. Before you guys get angry at me, a quick shout out to Wanda Nyazeka. Thank you so much for today's conversation. Thank you so much for the video that you actually put up on your Facebook Live. The I'm a hoe, you're a hoe, you're a fuckboy thingy. A shout out. I've been promising you a shout out, my love. Katiso, a shout out to you, my love. Thank you so much for being there. Oh my gosh, you're such a sweetheart. Mimi King, a shout out. Guys, please go check out Mimi King's channel. What I'll try and do is I'll try and leave a link in the description box. If not, you'll most probably find her in my thingy, in my comments. If not, whilst I'm editing this video, I definitely will remember to actually add her into the whole description link. Because me, I say something and then I forget. And then a shout out to Kanyani. A shout out to Oh my gosh, Mamlocha, thank you so much. Oh God, you're such a sweetheart. And thank you so much to my new subscribers, guys. Thank you for liking these videos that I'm actually putting up. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing. Please remember to hit that notification bell and make it all. Don't just say personalized, make it all. So that whenever I put up a video, you guys can actually be the first to know that a video from Mavatha SM is up, and I will make sure that I try and I fight to put up all the content that I can. Guys, I love you so much. A huge thank you to those who are just coming in now to actually view these videos that I'm putting up. Guys, I'm doing this out of love. Nothing more than love, one for myself and the craft that I'm trying to actually create, but most importantly, love for people, because for me it's more important to do something for me that's also going to benefit people at the end of the at the end of at the end of the day. It is literally at the end of the day right now. My day is not over, but for most people the day has ended, because where am I? Making hay while the sun shines. Guys, thank you so much. Guys, you do not waste your data to come and watch a boring content created here on YouTube just because your friend sent you a link and then said Chomami. No. And please, if you are an existing content creator, please go on, fight, do it. Just Qhubeka, uQhubeke, man. I love you guys.